pretty sure I put it out. That's why I think it's easy.
He takes the bad beats the worst, I think.
Okay, I just want to go look. Check. What'd you have that hand? Do you remember that? Fuck, I can't remember either. 400. I wouldn't even know which one to look at.
Garrett's going to bet with his gut shot.
Yeah, take it.
I want to know. Like,
Take it.
I don't care about the 100.
It's for you. Just take
We'll find out. Make it happen.
Okay. Take everyone.
Jack and Gull both continue.
Take
Jack with the best hand.
Here, take both. Just take it.
Recently here.
Is it your
Sweetheart,
birthday?
come here.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Take
birthday
it.
from the Poker Bros.
She thinks
Can
it's
you
real.
fill this all the way up
She
with
thinks
ice
it's real.
and a bottle of water in there? And then bring an extra bottle?
Oh, shit.
Thanks.
Check.
Garrett's in another one?
Just take it.
Garrett turns more outs. Can make a straight with the
Let's
deuce.
see what it looks like.
I hope this is a really big hand, so like in YouTube, we'll just keep saying take it. Just give 10K to the waitress.
The Golden Nugget uncapped game in Vegas.
Sick. 1-2.
Wow, turn is an a river is an 8, and Gull is going to try to steal it here. Flush completes, by the way. 3 spades on board. Someone had 5-6 on the flop. Could have been a flop straight as well. Unlikely that someone would check that turn with 5-6. So these players are mainly just worried about this spade. And the bluff works by Gull. Nice for Gull to think outside the box and take that one down.
Here, I got more if you need more. Okay, no problem.
You reach it? If not, I got it. Okay, thank you.
Damn, he's super short stacked, huh?
22 seconds.
Oh, man, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff going on right now. You got a lot going on, man.
Come on, man. I'm not serious.
New player at the table is CC. He's a regular here at the Bicycle Casino.
There, huh, Ramsky?
He's played on a couple shows thus far.
He did.
Opened by Gull, and Garrett's going to defend his small blind with Jack-10 off. He's got a gut shot.
That's a tough spot, man.
Yeah, he can read it. He can read it. He can read it, bro. What's it say? We can't read that. What does that say? It says not real in Asian?
Wait, really?
In Chinese? Why wouldn't they say it in English?
Gull going for 2 streets of value.
Your strategy.
How we looking over there, by the way, C2?
Oh, it's just, I'm down about 600.
That's a good night.
The
It's a good day for you, huh?
Tens that took a lot of heat.
It's a good day.
Yeah, it's a good day.
It's a good day. Down 600. I hope I'm down 600 at the end of all this.
Nope, can't even bait me in it on the button.
Limp pot, boys and girls.
Player here.
You played yourself. It's $10 into like $1 million.
Nope.
So much player. Great fold, Nick.
Sick.
I got this.
60 to 1 or whatever.
I got
the
this.
button.
Fucking one.
Nope, not gonna bait me into it.
Is that collection? You got the collection pot? Yes. Where'd that go?
So proud of himself.
I don't know where it went.
Saving the $10.
Hey guys,
Now you pay.
it's real money.
So you're down you're down 700 now.
At least.
You're down 700. 725? What's the collection?
I had 2 jacks
Goals?
too. What the fuck?
Going to be bet his top pair with the flush drawn.
Six.
It's going to work
2
here.
J-stone.
Got quite the all-star lineup here.
Good, right?
Maybe after.
Go ahead. You get arrested.
GTHX says Garrett is his favorite.
How much were they? $10 per pack?
Per pack, yeah. Well worth it.
Stable Genius says he likes Garrett as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. You know,
By the time you find out, you're gone.
People are like
Jim Klein says Ramsey
are,
is
like,
the best. James
recycling and,
Peterson
like,
says I like Andy.
eco-friendly and like trying to like save the world. We're here
Matthew
buying fake cash.
Witterick says
Just a
Andy as
waste
well.
of
James
paper.
Peterson, Andy.
Stupid.
Got a lot of Andys,
Ink
Garretts, and
paper, like,
Ramseys
this is so bad for
in the
environment.
building. Big
Yeah.
Wen
$10
130 says Nick Bertucci and Garrett.
For the good of the poker
So
community.
Obviously.
no doubt with this type of lineup, everyone's gonna have a bunch of favorites. Thank you guys who said JJ in the mix. I
community, if you're
appreciate
watching
it.
out there.
But I'm not playing. I'm commentating. Gall with the trap here. The trip aces gets
Seriously.
Nick to put in a C bet.
On the internet?
What's that?
Nick can now win with a king high at a lot of frequencies,
already
but
lost.
it's no good in this instant. He's going to check it over to Gall. And
Yeah, I
if
know
Gall
how
bets
it goes.
small enough and doesn't go super huge, he
2000
might be able to
president.
eke out a king high call from
Yeah, you want-
Nick.
you got it.
This president in 2000,
For real.
2004.
It was.
Is he still alive? I don't know, man.
Gall does
I
bet
don't
700.
follow, sports.
And Nick's going to
How's it
pay it
going?
off because he's got two pair with the king high kicker.
I was gonna
Bad
be more
news for him.
specific, like basketball.
And when you see some loose call,
Could have got you off.
KKKQQQ, what's up?
Flopped or turned straights.
Kratom Buzz, what's up? Tyler, what's up? I see you, Tyler.
So you played it like a little bitch.
Guy Barry, what's up?
Still running good.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Favorable flop is in the building as well. Monster hands.
I made a fold earlier. I don't know.
Raise the 250 pre-flop, and Garrett's going to isolate some players and wants to play a big pot. Gall's going to come in, and he actually has Garrett dominated. No, and Gall's going to go for the limp raise.
Oh, I'm good.
What an awesome hand to do this with. Usually you see some limp raises and it's only aces and kings and
Oh,
ace
sure.
king. This is pretty deceptive.
You should probably keep drinking.
I think that's the plan. Andy does.
Or else you're going to feel like shit.
When you start, you
I
can't
had to-
stop. I had like fucking 10 beer reps coming in today and I was just drinking all of them.
Oh, you had to?
Those were
One pair for Gall, and
Yeah,
Garrett
10
gets there with
hot
two
wings.
pairs,
What
being
up?
dominated
I
pre-flop,
didn't hear the
I
rest.
love
and now pulling way ahead.
Show me your picture.
Were you one of them, or
Gall's going to c-bet middle
I was
pair,
like, I showed him your picture and I was like, interested? They
and I
were.
think Garrett's going to come in for a raise here.
How could
He's hoping that Gall has something like ace king, ace queen, ace jack,
it's a tough job.
or some diamonds.
I might.
Especially when Gall's hand looks a lot like aces or
Yeah,
ace king or ace queen with his
change up.
limp raise pre-flop. Garrett's going to try to just pile in money here. Piles, I mean piles, and I mean stacks.
Don't forget the hat.
what is this? What's going on here, David? Is this make fun of Dennis Day? And I didn't get the email.
Gall in the mix, and he knows Garrett's
Maybe
an
it will.
aggressive player, and he's going to call.
Dengus the mouse at AOL.com.
69.
I should still use AOL.
Of course.
Oh my gosh, and the turn is a jack,
It's when my Hotmail isn't
and
working.
this hand has just went teeter-tot throughout the streets.
hot dude
Hot dude.
at hotdude.com.
Hot dude.
And
rant.
Gall checks it over to Garrett,
It's a big hand going.
and if Garrett felt good already to be ahead of ace king and ace queen, that jack he's going to feel pretty comfortable with. Usually we see Garrett on the other side of coolers, and this is pretty brutal here. 11,580 in the pot, and Garrett's just going to rip all in. Garrett's going to put Gall in for $23,000 in overbet sizing here.
Is there any other way?
What a tough spot for Gall. We know Garrett could have like 10-8 suited. Garrett, for a straight, Garrett could have some ace jacks. You could have pocket nines and pocket sevens. Mostly Gall doesn't block sevens here. Garrett could have, once again, ace jack. A lot of hands that beat Gall. And Gall now in a tough spot. And if Gall calls here, it's because this board is so wet. There's flush draws and straight draws to be had. And he knows that Garrett's capable of overshoving draws and made hands.
Sick brag, bro.
That's a nice hotel, though. The Hard Rock in Florida.
Well worth that money.
They're expensive, those rooms.
They said they're doing construction right now, so there's like half as many rooms. So.
Gall beats King, Queen of Diamonds that Garrett might raise on the flop.
I degen. I play bluff.
Or Queen, Jack of Diamonds that
And I play bluff.
Garrett turns into a
He's the World
bluff
Series
here.
of Baccarat champion.
Although I don't know how
2018.
frequently Garrett's going to turn Queen, Jack of Diamonds into a bluff. But he does have some bluffs like 6-5 of Diamonds. So we can name a few bluffs off the top of our head, which is not many. But Garrett does have a ton of value.
Yeah.
A ton of value that does have Gall's actual hand beat with straights, two pairs, flushes, sets, straights.
Good thing I sold you some cash.
Very tough spot for Gall.
I sold him. You did too? He came over to me. I sold him some chips.
He only had 2. I obviously needed more than that.
Thank God I sold you 5. I would have lost 5 more. Huh? After I busted.
Remember, guys, there was about 12,000 in the pot, so Garrett just 2x potted.
50 big blinds.
Just bet 2x the pot pretty much. Another time chip is
It's cruel.
thrown into the pot.
50 big blinds.
We could literally see the sweat dripping off Gall.
I kept getting
Max pressure put upon him. Can he figure this out? We know Gall is pretty sick,
No.
and he's
He
fearless.
needed to finish the day with
Never
like
made it with
500K.
only one
And he won a World Series bracelet this past summer, but this spot is very tough.
We already knew that though.
first-hand experience.
Give or take.
What place did you get?
Like 70th. Crap.
Not menu first. You had a pretty nice.
Yeah, I lost. We both busted. He min cashed. He min cashed. I busted.
What do you guys think of the chat? 1 if you think he's going to call, 2 if you think he's going to fold.
Cash.
1 call, 2
Ended up
fold.
losing it all in one level.
Usually the old
Set over set.
poker saying says,
Set over set.
think long,
Ace king
think
suited.
wrong. And he makes the call, and he's way ahead. He makes the call, 2 pair versus 2 pair.
How big?
9-7.
And stacks Garrett for a massive pot here of $59,000.
What a turn.
That was such a sick call. Not easy to make. That is one of the toughest calls to make on that super value heavy board for Mr. Garrett Adelstein. And Gall makes the right call, presses the right button. And he's going to send Garrett to reload some chips, usually, which never happens because Garrett is always really stacked up. Those of you guys in the chat who put a 2, you are wrong. And those of you guys in the chat who put a 1, A+. You got 1 grade so far this stream. A+ for you guys. Mark it down. Report cards due at the end of the stream at 10 p.m. Give you guys some shout outs since I'm hyped right now. Natty Wit, Arizona, Dubros 20, Monster Hands, J Swoe, Bang Bang You Dead, Sunny 8644, Label Guy, G. Call with the hockey sticks.
We just ordered Stella. Can we switch it actually to a bottle of, what do you want to do?
Just Camus.
We just ordered Stella, yeah. We can't do that Stella.
I'm gonna have a glass.
We're gonna need, heads up.
4 glasses. Just bring 4 anyway.
Yeah, please.
I'm gonna probably change out of this. I'm hot as
Yeah,
hell.
dude, it's kind of. These pants aren't comfortable either.
Take them off.
Call bets 100 and gets action from Jack's top pair.
Bro.
Get naked?
Underwear.
Oh.
I don't want you to get banned, you know.
320?
I think they just banned me for it.
look like a clown.
Yeah, they ban
You're not supposed to agree.
per inch, probably a day.
Call looking for some more value. And Jack makes the good fold. Good fold by Jack. These players have to buy in, I believe, 5,000 minimum and uncapped to the moon. Biggest winner on the show so far. Gall's up almost $30,000. Biggest spender on the show is Garrett in seed 7. He's down $25,000.
Every party has a poop.
Limps over to Gall's big blind, and Gall's going to make it 300 with ace-jack suited. Gall understands that the bigger he makes it, the less multi-way it's going to be. And it ends up being heads up between CC and Gall. Check, check on the flop. Both players with 2-pair. Oh, and Gall checks again. How tricky is this? And CC checks it back as well. These players are playing on a different level in this hand. Gall's going to feel very confident about his ace with a jack kicker now. 500. Snap call. Bad news for CC.
I don't have time to go to Cape, but their winery's not that great. It's like to visit, but they have good wine.
Cab is, I mean, I don't know much about wine, but like that does it everything.
Whatever does it.
David going to defend his big blind. He's not afraid to play medium strength hands. He got a lot of education that he won that heads up classic. So playing these big blind versus button spots, he's going to feel very confident in. Gall does get him on the turn. River is a king. The flush draw completes and a king. It's hard to put David on a lot of kings here. Even on a flush draw, you would think David would lead a lot of his flush draws. And David's just going to pay it off and see the bad news, how he got unlucky on the turn. And what a good bluff by Nick with the queen 7 of clubs.
Here, bro. What? What'd you get? Here. What's your name, Phoebe? Phoebe? Just hold on to it for a second. I want you to hold it. It's not even real. Look, she thinks it's real. It's not real. She thinks it's real. That's why she's not taking it. Look, there's Chinese writing on it.
Raise it up.
She doesn't believe you.
Call with pocket queens, and he's going to bump it up to $1,000. And Nick, who just smooth called his pocket tens pre-flop.
She really doesn't want to look at it.
And Garrett also with the pair here. You know Garrett's out for blood, and he's never folding here. He knows if he hits a 4, he can get almost Gall's whole stack. I think Garrett's stack just got updated. He stacked up more chips, so he has Gall covered. He has $74,000 in stack.
Let's just put a stack right here on the table. I'm curious to see what happens.
Queen, Jack, Deuce, top set for Gall. And Gall checks it at Garrett.
Put it like on the floor. Put it on the floor, like right in between the doors. Right there. Yep. Let's see what happens. That looks legit. This is an experiment.
Bet of $1,500 by Garrett. Nick's going to give up his 10s. 2 overs on board. Not a good board for 10s. Probably one of the worst. Smooth, tricky call by Gall. Full house here for Gall, and Gall's going to check it over to the aggressive Garrett Adelstein. Garrett's going to check it back. Garrett knows that Gall's range has some jacks that he's going to just check call on the flop.
I got bad allergies, bro.
And Garrett's not betting too many jacks on the flop, unless it's the jack with the jack of spades.
I know. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. We're going to be live at the back without it.
Yeah.
Gall bets 2,400 here.
They give me a hard time, too, in the stream, man.
Garrett has to risk 2,400 to win 87.40, which means he has to be good around 23 to 22% of the time from a pot-on standpoint.
That's the first question.
But Garrett says, why? Why should I just call from a pot-on standpoint when I can make it $20,000, $15,000 to go? Garrett turns his fours, his Obamas, pocket fours, into a big bluff here. Gall has essentially the nuts. The only hand that beats him is pocket jacks. One combo here. Gall, who has two chicks at the same time, is sitting pretty here, while Garrett raises the river to $15,000 in a 10-10 ante game. And Gall reaching for chips, and looks like Gall's going to put in a huge raise here. He's praying that Garrett has something like pocket deuces or queen jack or pocket eights, jack eight, and a snap fold from Garrett Adelstein. We've seen some sick, huge pots go in the favor of Gall.
This is more interesting than the game.
Yeah, I'll
Start filming.
I can't film. I can't even use my phone right now.
Use your eyes.
And Gall with the 3-bet with king, queen off. Actually one of the old school most 3-bet hands, because you block ace, king, ace, queen. You block kings and queens. So players used to love to 3-bet the king, queen offsuit. Kind of not good enough to call from an early opener from the cutoff. So players used to love to just 3-bet it. Kind of like an old school trick. Now players have moved on to like 6-7 suited and ace 4, ace 5 suited. But the king queen still does good because of blocker effects. And you can rely and count on your top pair when you do 3-bet and hit your king or queen. It's usually money to go 3 streets. Call bets the flop, checks the turn. Gets there on the river, no problem. When you're running good, this is how it feels like. You can't miss. You're like James Harden from 3, scoring 40 when you're in the mix. And that's how Gall feels. Any pebble Gall can throw at the beach, he's going to hit it right into the water, into the ocean, because Gall cannot miss. 2,200, big bet. Let's see if it perks Jack's imagination and Jack can make this call. Not a very good board, loses to all kinds of 2 pairs and straights. Jack makes the discipline lay down.
Make it 1,000.
Okay, so try that, and then assign it chips to. You know how they put chips in the beans?
Call.
Sorry, Wino. We both failed the alcohol
comes with
challenge,
flour
and you
tortillas.
win. You're the best. Hashtag Wino Poker 69.
This Camus is fucking amazing though.
She said we have to announce that we are losers.
I'm a loser.
Challenge.
I lost my no drinking bet.
I was born a loser, and I'm still a loser.
Yeah, 2,000. It wasn't even a bet.
Yeah. It's easy money. Anybody who bets against that,
Where's the
Such
dessert
easy
on here? Do you have a dessert menu?
it's like guaranteed money.
It's on here? Oh.
Where's Edmund?
And Gall with top
they're
pair are going to take it down.
Yeah, yeah. We like to wager on everything.
You closer to 1
Yeah, the one that's 2 years younger.
And Ramsey raising to 500 with 9-10 suited. And Gall is just going to nearly put Ramsey all in. Gall went for actually a tricky
only a
call
couple- yeah.
to watch Thursday, our high stakes $1 million cash game. It starts at 2 p.m.
At the time, I just remember we used to fight all the time and whatever. Just like the first one always gets the most attention. You did? Yeah.
Call the button.
Check. And now you realize.
Now it's like, yeah.
This game has just got bumped up with the straddle.
You were? So
And
so
Gall's
still
going
stuck to your
to
ways.
use his winning image and still keep taking down pots. There he does have the best hand, though. When Gall runs good, he looks like a complete monster because he plays a lot of hands and he's nonstop
like I
aggressive.
said-
In a while, we've got a new brewery, which is amazing. They got a cool happy hour from 3 to 6. Starbucks, in-house, remodeled casino, and brand new hotel. World Series circuit starts here March 1st. So I got to shout out the bike because it's my top 2 favorite places to play in LA. Always fighting with one of the other places. So come on down, spend some time and some poker hours here. If you do, come say hi to Ryan and I. We're always here. Raise from Andy. Andy's rocking a 32% VPIP deceptively because he seems like he's been playing very snug, but he's still rocking a 32 VPIP somehow.
Oh, everything's fine.
And Gall's going to 3-bet with the ace-king.
I just
The
hate when
best
dudes bet for me.
ace-king possible, which is the ace-king and spades.
I'm the one that likes to be in charge.
The spade. Rock and roll for an hour.
3? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's so insulting. So insulting.
Dennis with the rebuy.
No, like, one of them like Cajun style. That's where I have like the full liquor and stuff, and like a bar. The other ones are chocolate covered. Pasadena, West Covina, and Cerritos.
Ramsey's going to 3-bet here to
My
500.
friend owns a bunch of restaurants in Philly. Like a
Gets
bunch.
Gall to call
One of his
with
restaurants
9-5 of diamonds.
I
The
think
Dolly
it would
Parr in
just, like,
hand.
crush it here. So I was like really looking into, but I have a little bit. I have a little bit of experience. I opened up like a.
You do bakes, right?
No.
Ramsey with top pair. He's going to put in some value. He knows that Gall will continue very light.
What corner you got?
I do more wholesale stuff. I work with China too. I do a lot of import from China.
Turn is a 9. Gall now with a pair and a flush draw. And he figures that this favors his range. All the connected hands that could have got there, some gut shots. 8-7, 9-10. And Ramsey sees right through it and goes all in. Ramsey plays his hand to perfection, still feels his hand is best, and thinks if Gall really had him beat, wouldn't he go for the check raise? And Ramsey's played this hand very spot on here. Ramsey now giving nothing away here. And if these hands were face up, Gall is getting the right price to call here. It's only around 3,000 more to win this pot when he's got 32% equity.
That's a big hand.
And 2 pair for Gall on the river for Gall. Well played by Ramsey, but sometimes when a guy is hot and he's on a heater, there's no stopping him.
I do paper.
A song comes to mind, boys and girls.
Literally, we can make anything from paper. That's from Guns Out.
Ain't no stopping him now. He's on the move. All right, yep, that's
I'll just go get him.
That's the white meat, but it's with the rice. What do you want to sell?
the truth will prevail. Says the poker bros are getting owned. The show's not over yet, man. I got faith in these poker bros. Raise to 120. Pocket nines for Gall. And Dennis is going to bump it up huge, and I absolutely love it. He looks tilted and hot. He's going to make it 7-10, just like the freeway that runs through Los Angeles. The 7-10. D. Raj says, at Live at the Bike, JJ, I won't be able to watch the Thursday game. Will you post it on YouTube after? We will not, D. Raj, but you can sign up at liveatthebike.com and get a free week. Promo code POKER. Test drive us. If you don't want the free week after you watch it, then just cancel before your week's over. But usually when people subscribe, they end up liking it.
Check.
And Gall's going to make the call. Bad board for pocket queens, just about the worst. 1,700 in the pot. Gall's going to get small. He's going to bet small. And Dennis is thinking, this is the worst flop possible for this hand.
It's a hot seat.
And Gall doesn't even want to show him. Gall does not want to add salt to the river. And I see a lot of twos in the chat. I see Sandy Joy putting a 2, Kay Willing putting a 2, Despin putting a 2, saying that Garrett cannot make the comeback. And you know, if I was in the chat, what I would put 1, because I've seen Garrett and his runs, and anything's possible with Mr. G-Man Garrett Adelstein. So I'll put a 1 in the chat while you guys put a lot of 2s in the chat. That's how I'm going to mix it up. Garrett's going to bet 300. And Gall's going to check raise with a middle pair and a backdoor flush draw. And I absolutely love when players do these check raises outside the box, mixed strategy. I know what Gall's thinking. He blocks middle set. And Garrett's going to make the fold with just ace high. Garrett makes that bet saying, I know you don't hit that board very hard ever. And Gall is re-leveling and saying, I know that. Once again, guys, 10-10 Ante. Seat number 1 is Andy. Seat 2, Nick Vertucci. Seat 3, Gall, who is up $55,000. Every time I announce him, he's up more and more money and has bigger hands. He's got pocket queens now. 2 chicks at the same time. Seat number 4, CC. Seat number 6, David Liu, who won our Heads Up tournament. Seat number 7 is Garrett Adelstein. Seat number 8 is Jack. Pocket queen still in the lead. 16-20 in the pot. Let's see what sizing Gall does to extract from worse hands. Gall's gonna bet 1,000.
Sorry about that. Check.
36.20 in the pot. And how much money does Gall find fit? And he's going to just put out a monster 3,000 into 3,600. He's not going to mess around. He knows that there's straight draws and flush draws out there. And he really wants Ante to pay if Ante's on one of them. Ante's a non-believer in this pot.
Check.
What a connected 7. 96.20 in the pot. And Gall's going to check back his queens. And that's a lot of information for Gall to take in, that Andy's going to be calling him down with middle pair pretty much. And our stream for you guys. Let's go. Make sure you guys all come in. Say what's up. Watch the game. Tell a friend or two. Let's make it one of the biggest games in Live at the Bike history.
320. Dennis.
I'm gonna take it that side.
Garrett tries a huge sizing to get rid of some of the field, and the field is not giving up. Looks like we're going to go 3 ways, 320 pre-flop.
Check. Check. 5.
Garrett with the gut shot. He's going to continue bet 500. He's got a backdoor flush draw to go along with his straight draw.
Heads up. That's a good choice, Jack.
So far, it's having like 1,000. It's pretty good.
And Gall leads the turn, knowing that Garrett is unlikely to bet the flop with 3s in his hand, knows that he turns range advantage, and leads 1,000.
And then they order a salad right after. Do that.
Then get him a banana split.
On screen.
You guys have candy canes? Or is
And
it like
Garrett's going to make the call. A deuce on the river would be insane here.
eggnog?
And Gall gets counterfeited. 4,100 in the pot, and Gall literally plays the board. Gall, since he plays the board, goes for it here. 2,400 to go.
I've tried to do yoga, like watching YouTube videos, and that's just not easy.
I was actually watching this video the other day. It's like fucking baby goat.
Garrett with just ace high is going to give it up, and Gall, who is now up $60,000 with Duke.
He's like, I'm not gay or anything.
The guy with the mustache, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I was going to Atlantic City.
Yeah, that guy. He's like, I'm not gay.
I
He's
was
like,
gonna go to the
that's not
casino."
what we're here for.
Underage.
Yeah. Yeah, you knew exactly
Yeah,
what
dude, I watched that one on flight.
That one is hilarious. He was like, I was gonna go see my brother, and then my brother
Start saying like
random
irrelevant
shit. Man, like, what are you even saying right now? You were gonna go see your brother, but you stopped by this house?
Yeah.
Like,
On my way to Atlantic City.
yeah,
like,
well,
he said it all
he's
weird.
like, do you gamble often? He's like, yeah, I like to gamble.
Check her out.
That's my favorite episode.
Gall with 2 overs and a flush draw was an initial razor pre-flop. Checks it.
You gotta know what to
Gets
avoid.
turned by Andy.
You gotta know what to avoid. All the traps.
And Nick turns to straight.
It's the best
And
hearing.
Gall's going to go for the check raise while Nick is holding the nuts.
I have your number also.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I had
Andy
fun.
3 bets the flop.
Makes sense to me.
Dude, it's hilarious. I mean, it's not hilarious.
Yes, it is.
But it's hilarious.
It's hilarious when they try to get out of it.
Yeah. I love how they say, like, I was trying to be a mentor. But you said like,
And Nick puts in the smooth call, which is probably going to price Gall in.
Oh no, I was coming here to tell
And Gall's going to make the call. Andy putting in the 3-bet drawing to a stone donut of 0.
yeah, they have like duct tape.
Oh, and Gall gets there because he's just running insanely hot.
It's like a camcorder, condoms, like all the crazy shit.
Check. Check.
$8,160 in the pot.
This show is nuts.
And Gall holding the third nut flush
7,000.
and bets $7,000.
I wish they did like a follow-up. on
Here
the
comes
show
some
before
speech
we
play.
did
Let's listen in.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that was like 15 years ago, that show. You know, like, they do a follow-up on those guys.
What if it's just like set up now?
What is that card
It's like a setup now. Like it's not even real.
It was real. It was real when they did it. They got, like, the police enforcement involved. They got, yeah, there was a guy that killed himself. It was national news.
Why would they put that on TV?
No, it was, I don't think that might have not been an aired.
F-bombs and time chips flying in.
It was a politician. They caught a politician. And when they tried to, like, confront him, he shot himself in the head.
I feel like that's gotta like invade every single privacy.
That was on video?
Not on video, but he was in his.
And Nick makes the call.
Shot himself in the head.
Nice hand.
And Nick is frustrated. It got Nick out of his seat. Stakes week, the 10-10 Annie game.
$100. 500. Call.
Three bet by Gall.
3 players.
And CC's just going to put in the flat call with the pocket jacks.
Dollars?
And flops
Where am I
top
gonna get
set.
$500?
I'll pay you back.
Dude, always pay after. Ramsey.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Oh,
god.
the two most crude fucking
How much?
motherfuckers in the whole place.
How much?
We want
How much?
to act like fucking choir fucking boys now all of a sudden.
Oh my god.
Fucking guys.
And Gall turns a
How do
straight
you
draw
sleep at
flush
night,
draw.
sir?
Fucking blow me. How about that?
Andy
It's
bets
300
600.
You're fucking
Gall
tipping her and everything.
calls. And I
Pre-tip.
think if you're
They call it a
CC,
pre-tip.
it's time to put in a big raise.
Tell you what though, I will tell you this right now. I like her because she
Yes.
can take a joke.
Yeah,
She
she's
smiled and
she's
shit,
awesome.
and she was sincere about the smile.
No, she's
Hey,
awesome.
you got a good one there. Marry that one.
Raise it up. No marriage for me.
Yeah, right.
Huh? You gonna throw a little
And
inspection
CC
on
makes
that
it
one later?
1800. I think with the stack sizes
Already approved.
and the pot size, I
No,
think
he
he
took
could
that
go a
really
little
well. I
bit
like
bigger.
He just kisses and pays for everything.
She lets me hold her hand.
The look on your face, bro.
She lets me hold her hand.
No, because it came out of left field.
No, I know. Yeah, I'm unfiltered right now.
And Gall getting frustrated with
I
the
know, she
smaller
took it like a
stacks at
champ.
the
No, she's cool.
Is that your girlfriend?
on this table.
Oh, okay, perfect.
She's a girl and she's my friend, so yeah.
No, that's a prostitute.
Technically.
No, just kidding. I'm just kidding, Pammy. I love you. Just kidding. Just kidding. It's a joke.
And
I
Gall
make joke-
gets there, the straight. Gall's run good and heater continue.
5,000.
Oh, I can't believe I
CC
took it
makes the
either.
call and he's going to see the bad news.
Is that bad?
Jesus Christ, how does he run like this?
Oh my god.
A gut shot? Oh my god. Yeah, but
Why? Why you
Jack,
raise?
do you mind
I
sitting
get
Runner,
more money
runner?
over here.
Take, you got 6-7? You're blocking the camera.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
wow.
And Gall
Get
does it
10-7.
again.
Holy ball.
Nah.
Just grab
Jack wouldn't lie to
5,000.
me about that shit.
What happened?
He thinks you're winning. 120?
Are you kidding
Dude,
me?
I don't know why you
Wait,
guys
and not only is there only one winner, but like everyone's like way
I
down.
appreciate your confidence, though. Thank
They,
you.
you're just like
I'm like
whatever.
even, I'm like
yeah,
even.
but everyone else is like.
I'm
getting
down like
fucking
1,000.
Oh, you're not that
Yeah.
much either.
He's down 10.
Fucking support my hypothesis, guys.
Okay,
We're all down
yo.
at least 10,000.
I'm stuck like 10 grocery trips. Literally. Literally. What? $100? Trader Joe's? Yeah, dude.
Gall raising it up with ace jack. Gall with ace of spades in hand.
Every time I walk in there, I
How come
fucking
you
have to
haven't
go
done
to the
any
juice
bomb
bar.
pots?
Got a straight draw and a flush draw.
Oh, flip.
Flip.
Definitely has the strongest range.
Now we
He
get
is the
super
pre-flop
gambler.
raiser. And Nick's gonna call with an open-ended here.
Fucking stupid shit.
Nick's gonna call with an open-ended.
Because his fucking tower over there is
Cool as a
not big
fucking
enough.
cucumber, huh?
His tower over there with chips isn't enough.
And Gall's gonna keep betting here. Nick, who's probably still a little steamed
It's
from
probably your last hand.
getting rivered.
One there.
Same.
River goes check, check, and both players river to jack.